Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be doing my Championship GW24 predictions. It is the big one, the huge one, the Boxing Day one. It's going to be massive. Should we get into it with the first game, which is Watford versus Millwall. A massive game. Watford have been on decent form, 8 points in the last 5 games, 1 loss in the last 5. They are unbeaten in the last 4, should I say. 2 wins, 2 draws in the last 4. On the other hand, Millwall have been a bit iffy on the form. 3 draws even, a win and a loss. So you see on the form table where they are. Looking at the table, Watford sit 4th at the moment, Millwall sit 10th. It's looking good for Watford. 4th, in the playoffs. They're looking decent this season. Their last 5 games have been a 2-0 over Huddersfield, a 0-0 with Hull, a 0-0 Bristol, a 2-0 win over Reading, and then a 1-0 loss to Coventry. So has been the worst form for Millwall. 1-1 over Wigan, 3-0 loss to Sunderland, 1-1 over Dundee in a friendly, 4-2 over Preston, and 0-0 over a 0-0 draw with Hull. Their last game against Luton got postponed. Yeah, it's looking interesting. Looking at the head-to-heads, it's been a 12 wins for Watford, 5 draws and 7 wins for Millwall. So Watford have won more times than Millwall, but in the last 5 games it's been two wins for Watford, 1 draw and 2 wins for Millwall. So it's been very even. For me, I'm gonna back a Watford. I think they'll just about get the win there. It'll be an absolutely huge game, a huge win for Watford, and yeah, I could just see them possibly getting playoffs this season, definitely. Moving on to the next game, which is Sunderland versus Blackburn, the 12:30 kickoff. It's been a very good form for Sunderland. They've had 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. With Blackburn, 3 wins and two losses. They haven't drawn this season yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if they do draw this game. Honestly, Sunderland haven't looked bad. A 1-1 draw over Hull last game with 10 men. It's not a bad result. With Blackburn, a 4-1 loss to Nottingham Forest in the Cup. But in the league, they just beat Norwich 2-0, lost to Preston 4-1, beat Ajax 2-0 and beat Hearts 4-0. So they've had a few friendlies, Blackburn. So yes, that's interesting. For Sunderland, no friendlies. A 1-1 draw over Hull, 2-1 loss to West Brom, 3-0 over Millwall, a 1-0 win over, I don't know what team that is. Let's see, what team is that? Al Shabab in a friendly, and a 2-1 win over Birmingham City. So yeah, that's 9 wins in the last. That's 9 points in the last 5, and for Blackburn it's 9 points as well. So looking at the table, Blackburn 3rd, looking decent. Of course, no draws this season. 39 points this season, looking good. 5 points off Sheffield United. For Sunderland, they're down there in 13th, 31 points, only 3 points off playoffs. So they're still in and around the mixer. Head-to-heads, it's actually been Blackburn with 8 wins, 7 wins to Sunderland, and 7 draws. It's been even again, 2 wins to Sunderland, 2 wins to Blackburn, and a draw and 1 draw. The last time I played was the 18th of October. It's going to be a fascinating game. I'm just going to back a Blackburn win here. It's a Boxing Day, Stadium of Light. It's going to be a good match. I'm excited for it. And I just have a feeling that Blackburn will become good and get a huge win. Moving on to the next game, which is Bristol City versus West Brom. It's a massive game. It's West Brom have looked good. In the Championship, they sit. West Brom sit 15th. Bristol City sit 18th. 29 points for West Brom. 27 for Bristol. West Brom went on decent form before. Coventry, they just lost, but before that they were 5 unbeaten in the Championship. They looked good in the Championship. They looked strong. They looked, well deserved. They were pushing up the table until they faced Cov, and I thought they looked pretty poor against Cov. I don't know what it is, tiredness, but possibly. But on that day, we were just a lot better than them. Bristol, decent form. They just lost to Stoke. Then they beat Rotherham. They drew to Watford. they lost to Lincoln, and then they drew to Middlesbrough. So been decent form in the Championship. 18, 7 wins, 6 draws, and 10 losses. Looking at the head-to-heads, it's 3 wins for Bristol, 8 wins for West Brom, and 3 draws. In the last 5, it's been 3 wins for West Brom, 1 win and 1 draw. It was 2-0 Bristol the last time they faced this season. For me, West Brom, I think just have it. I think they have it in them to pick up the win here. It'll be absolutely massive. It'll be absolutely massive for West Brom to get that win, and they definitely need it to get back to winning ways, get back to winning form, and moving on to the next game, which is Hull City versus Blackpool, a relegation battle. It's 21st v 22nd, 26 points for Hull, 24 for Blackpool even. Blackpool need the win. They're in the relegation zone, 22nd at the moment. As they do win, they leapfrog Hull and get out of the relegation zone. For me, it's been a different season for Blackpool. They were a lot better last season than this season, but it's not been great. Hull been on iffy form recently, around like 3 or 4 draws in the last 5, not been brilliant. Honestly, they were let's see, in the Championship, that's a draw, a loss, a win, a draw. They've been 3 draws, 1 win, 1 loss. For Blackpool, it's been a bit different. 1-1 over Cardiff, not a bad result. 0-0 Birmingham, 2-1 loss to Wigan, 3-0 to Middlesbrough, a loss to Middlesbrough, 1-0 loss over Luton. It's been a bit of a different season for Blackpool. They've been pretty poor. Last season they were a lot better. For me, I'm going to go for a 1-1. I can just see it being a 1-1 draw. It's going to be an interesting game. Definitely a Boxing Day cracker, hopefully. And Blackpool even need the win. They need the win. Moving on to the next game, which is Middlesbrough versus Wigan. 3 o'clock. It's Middlesbrough who sit 14th, v Wigan who are in 23rd. Wigan, under Colo Torre, I think it was his first game against Sheffield United. He looked decent. They played alright. A loss to Sheffield United, only 2-1 though, so they played definitely a lot better than usual. Well in Wigan, they actually gave a fight against Sheffield United, which was massive. But for Middlesbrough, 3-1 loss over Burnley. Burnley's a tough game. They sit 14th on 30 points, so only 4 points off playoffs. So they're going to be in around that playoff push. 3-1 loss to Burnley, but before that, a 2-1 win over 2-1 over Luton. And then they played a club friendly against Hibberdine, and they beat them 2-0. Beat Norwich 2-1, and then beat Blackpool 3-0. So, for Wigan, it's been, draws and occasional wins here and there. And head-to-heads is massive. Let's see the head-to-heads, what's happened. Who is the overall? It's, of course, going to be Middlesbrough. 8 wins, 8 draws, 2 wins for Wigan. So, played 18 times, 8 wins for Middlesbrough, 8 draws, and 2 wins for Wigan. In the last 5, 3 wins for Middlesbrough and 2 draws. Last time they faced, it was a 4-1 thumping on the 19th of October against Wigan. It was a huge win there for Middlesbrough. For me, I can just see this being another thumping. I don't know. I can just see it being a 3-0 thumping. 3-0 thumping for Middlesbrough. For Wigan even. No, Middlesbrough to win 3-0. It'll be a huge result for Middlesbrough. But they need to try and get some wins to get into that playoff ambition push even. And be absolutely massive. Moving on to the next game, which is Preston North End versus Huddersfield Town. It's 7th v 24th. Huddersfield Town have been on shocking form. They've been on really, really poor form. 3 losses in a row, a draw and a win. They did beat QPR 2-1, which I thought there'd be a turnaround for Huddersfield, but it wasn't. For Preston, 3 wins, 2 losses. A 4-1 over Blackburn and then a 1-0 loss to QPR. It's a bit iffy form, to be fair to them. But yeah, 3 wins to their name. Beat Swansea, beat Reading, and then beat Blackburn. They lost 4-2 to Millwall, lost to QPR 1-0. Going into the head-to-head, it's going to be massive. It's 9 wins for Preston, 4 draws and 4 wins to Huddersfield. In the last 5, 3 wins to Preston, 1 draw and a 1 win for Huddersfield. It's going to be a fascinating game. I'm excited for this one. In the last time, even should I say, Preston did beat Huddersfield 1-0. Massive game. Definitely a huge one. For me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Preston. I think they deserved the win. They're the better side, and yeah, massive win for Preston. Moving on to Rotherham versus Stoke City. It's 17th v 19th. 3 points separate these two sides. Stoke with 29, Rotherham with 26. Rotherham need to watch behind their back. They definitely need to, because they are only 2 points off safety. 2 points off the relegation zone. So they need to keep their backs watched. Rotherham, 2 losses on the bounce here. 3-0 loss to West Brom even, and then a 3-1 loss to Bristol. And then before that, a 1-1 draw over Luton, a 1-0 win over Sheffield United somehow, and a 2-1 loss to Norwich. Stoke has been on decent form, 4 points in the last 2, so that's not bad. 2-1 win over Forest in a friendly, 2-0 loss over West Brom, and a 2-0 win over Luton. Going into the head-to-heads, 6 wins for Rotherham even, 5 draws and 3 wins for Stoke. So Rotherham have a better record against the Stoke side. In the last 5, it's been 1 win, 3 draws and 1 win. So yeah, draws dominating. In the last time they played, it was a 1-0 over 1-0 Rotherham win. So that's massive. For me, I'm going to go for a Desmond 2-2 draw. Be a massive what a draw that'll be. But yeah, moving on to the Coventry, Sheffield United versus Coventry City. It's a massive game for the Sky Blues. It's 2nd v 8th, 44 points for Sheffield United and 33 points for Coventry City. In the last 5, Cov have been decent. We've lost 1 in the last 5. I think we're now with 5 wins in the last 7, I believe. So yeah, massive. A 1-0 over West Brom, which is huge. We looked really good in that game. A 3-3 over Swansea, it's a bit poor. Looking at when we were 3-0 up, to be fair. A 1-0 loss to Reading, we looked better than Reading. 2-0 over QPR, 2-0 over Wigan. Sheffield United have been on fine form, haven't they? 2-1 over Wigan, a 1-0 win over Huddersfield, a 1-0 win over Cardiff, a 1-0 win over Rotherham, and a 5-2 win over Burnley. They lost to Rotherham 1-0 even. They lost to Rotherham 1-0. Yeah, it's 2nd v 8th. Last time we played, we beat them actually 1-0. We actually have more wins than them. 12 wins to Sheffield United, 7 draws, 13 wins for Coventry City, 2 wins and 1 draw in the last 5. We beat them last time 1-0 on that very nice day. Oh, what a day that was. I think it was midweek as well, wasn't it? And then actually, we haven't, before that, in the last season, we beat them 4-1 at home. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Sheffield United looking to push Burnley to the limits. I'm going to stop that. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Be a massive draw for Coventry City. And, playoffs is definitely on our shoulder. Moving on to the 5:15 game, it's Cardiff City versus QPR. A massive game. Cardiff have been in really poor form. 20th in the table. QPR 6th. Honestly, Cardiff, 2 draws, 2 losses, and a win in the last 5. They beat Villa 3-1 in a friendly. That's massive. QPR though, 1-0 over Preston, a 3-0 loss to Burnley, a 2-1 win in a friendly, a 2-0 loss to Cov, and then a 2-1 loss over Huddersfield. Looking at the table, 6th to 20th, QPR on 34 points even. They need to try and pick up points here. QPR even. They're away at Cardiff, who aren't looking the greatest, but you still need to pick up all 3 points here. Looking at the head-to-heads, it's probably going to be in QPR's favour, I would imagine. Let's see. Yeah, 17 wins for QPR to Cardiff 9, 6 draws, 1 win in the last 5 for Cardiff, 4 for QPR. For me, it's going to be a scrapey 2-1 win for QPR. It's going to be close. It's going to be scrappy. The last time QPR won 3-0. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really scrappy game. But I think QPR will just about nip us 3 points over Cardiff. Yeah, moving on to the next game, which is Luton versus Norwich City. It's 7:45 game on the Monday. Norwich have been pretty poor. They've been really inconsistent. They are 5th in the table. 5 points separates these two sides, but Norwich have been really inconsistent. 2-0 loss over Blackburn, a 1-0 win over Swansea, a 2-1 loss to Middlesbrough, a 2-1 win over Rotherham, and then a 0-0 draw. So they're keeping that, a win-loss, and then maybe a win here against Luton. Luton again have been a really inconsistent form. A loss, draw, loss, win, draw. Really inconsistent. Only 1 win in the last 5. Looking at the table, it's 15th, but 5 points only. It's only 5 points that separates these two sides. Norwich just get the better of Luton in the overall head-to-heads. It's 6 wins for Norwich, 5 wins for Luton. They've only played 11 times. 3 wins for Luton, 2 wins for Norwich in the last 5. Last time they played was a 1-0 to Luton. For me, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. It'll be a scrapey win. Tough game, but yeah, I reckon Luton will scrape a draw over Norwich, and that'll be the first draw in their lifetime playing against each other. Well, what a stat that will be. Moving on to the next game, it's the Tuesday's games. It's Reading versus Swansea. It's a massive game. It's 11th to beat 12th. The same points. -2 goal difference for Swansea, -7 for Reading. That's the difference between these two sides. Really evenly matched. For Reading, 3 losses, 2 wins. For Swansea, 3 draws, 1 win and 1 loss in the last 5, counting a friendly which they won 2-0. So yeah, Swansea sitting 11th. They're looking decent. The way they came back against Cov, they were 3-0 up, 3-0 down even, to make it 3-3 is quite impressive. For Reading, they nearly did the same thing against Birmingham, but they left it a little bit too late. For the head-to-heads, 7 wins for Reading, 10 draws and 13 wins for Swansea. They played 30 times in their whole lifetime. In the last 5, 2 draws, 2 wins for Swansea and 1 win for Reading. Last time they played, the 18th of October, it was a 3-2 win for Swansea City. And then the last time for that, it was a cracker 4-4. They do not disappoint, these two sides, do they, in game sense? So the last 3 games, it was 3-2 Swansea, a 4-4 draw, 3-2 Reading. So what a game this is going to be. I reckon I'm going to back the away side here. 4-2 to Swansea. They never disappoint, these two sides, and I don't think they will again. What a game this will be on the 27th. Yeah, I think Swansea will pick up all 3 points. Moving on to the last game of this game week. It's Burnley v Birmingham. It's a massive game. It's 1st v 9th. Birmingham are looking really good. That is, it's not bad form. 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss. 3-2 over Reading, a 0-0 over Blackpool, a 2-1 loss to Sunderland, a 2-2 draw over Swansea, and a 2-1 win over Stoke for Burnley. Before Man United, 4 wins. They've had like 4 wins, I think, in the Championship in a row. Brilliant form. And they only just lost to Man United 2-0. It's not a bad result. It's a cup, so they were probably tried, but they weren't like on their A game. It's 1st v 9th, of course. Burnley, they win this game, they go to 50 points. Moving on to the head-to-heads. 5 wins for Burnley, 7 draws, and funny enough, 7 wins for Birmingham. They played 19 times, I believe, and Birmingham have the upper hand, but Birmingham are winless in the last 5 against Burnley. 2 wins for Burnley, 3 draws, and the last time they faced was a 1-1 draw. For me, I reckon Burnley will get the result here. It'll be a close match. It'll be 2-1. it won't be the worst match. At Turf Moor, I can just see Burnley picking up all 3 points. And yeah, what a game Burnley will have. That'll be 50 points in 24 games. That is a very, very impressive. But yeah, that does wrap up the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.